The MPs raised concerns about poor working conditions in rural and domestic sectors, weak enforcement by labour inspectors, and delays in addressing workplace harassment. They also urged the Minister of Justice and Labour Relations to upgrade outdated systems and introduce digital tools to help job seekers more easily access employment opportunities.
The issue of the labour hire, it is just unimaginable that the company that hires a person and transfers this person to another gets 80%, 50% of what this person really deserves to earn, the hard earnings.
The violence and harassment, and especially sexual harassment in workplaces. And many a times the victims are women and young girls at the hands of their employers who know that they're vulnerable in terms of their background and in terms of the ability to sustain employment as a young woman.
We have noticed that the labour-related violation continues to increase. If we are spending and continue to spend such an amount of money, why is it business as usual when it comes to labour violations that are barely not attended to on time or sometimes never attended to at all?
I'm very much concerned as to how the ministry ensures that these brothers and sisters that are working in this agricultural industry are working under very safe working conditions, and indeed they are given the fair compensations.
The problem we need to solve is that more than half of this population is unemployed. With all the millions spent on this platform, how many job placements have been made? And then what is our return on investment?
Now, I know how important resolving labour disputes is, but if trade unions remain poorly capacitated, we will not be able to have labour disputes successfully resolved or manage labour relations or industrial relations in a country.
Is that we have not actually understood that the labour ministry and the institution is not just about employment. It is a place where we ought to have a person with a necessary union consciousness. And I'm not talking about trade union consciousness, but necessary union consciousness because of where we are coming from.
What is the current average duration for resolving labour disputes through the Labour Commissioner's Office? I've come across people who have cases that are pending over 3 years. How many labour disputes cases are presently pending resolution?
The issue of labour service protection in Namibia is at stake, and it's because of the limited budget that we allocate sometimes.
There's a very serious need for us to enhance vocational training and skills development.
I find it quite absurd that in a free and independent Namibia, it is okay for a Chinese national, generally a foreigner, they find it okay to either violate the rights of our workers or just a Namibian citizen.
The Minister of Justice and Labour Relations, Wise Emmanuel, affirmed that long-standing concerns around labour justice, workplace protection and outdated employment systems are not falling on deaf ears. He assured the National Assembly that government is committed to transforming the nation's labour environment to meet the demands of a changing economy while also challenging social partners and unions to engage more consistently in shaping that transformation. Serofia Nadunya, NBC News, Parliament.